Hi, good day everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Remember, this is the channel by a mom for other moms and other women who are looking for solutions to your everyday problems. Now today I'm going to be talking about lactose intolerance. I'm sure many of you have heard of someone or a child with lactose intolerance, but not many people really know what it is and how do you really solve this problem. I have been lactose intolerant for as long as I could remember. My mom told me that I was severely lactose intolerant when she stopped breastfeeding at 6 months and tried to put me on formula milk, and I got very ill. But when I got older, I forgot that I was lactose intolerant and didn't realize all those years that I actually had issues every time I took milk, or cow's milk normally. It was only later on that when I became a holistic therapist, I decided to then overhaul my lifestyle and started seeing things that I could change my life with. And it was an Indian yogi, one of my other gurus a long time ago, who noticed that I had a lot of phlegm. And he said to me, you're obviously allergic to milk, or you're intolerant to milk. Maybe you should look at it. And I thought, okay, I'll start doing elimination diet. Elimination diet is whereby you start to cut down certain foods and reintroduce them on its own to find out actually if it does give you problem. Now, what is lactose intolerance? What kind of symptoms does it give you? For example, with me, I can get quite bloated with lactose. Some people actually have a very light diarrhea, and sometimes you can get a lot of wind. You think, I've not been eating beans, I have not been taking things that can normally, like asparagus for example, and yet you're passing it all the time. Another one also, you can get like really painful cramp right about there between your tummy and your abdominal tracts, and you feel that cramping motion, and sometimes it can be quite painful. That could be a sign that you're lactose intolerant. Now, I love my cow's milk. I've tried almond milk and rice milk. They're amazing, they're great in certain things, but I do love my cow's milk for making milkshakes and stuff. And I don't really care for soy milk with all the GMOs beans these days, and soy containing a lot of estrogen. I didn't want to take too much of it, especially for my son. Incidentally, lactose intolerant tend to actually occur mainly in a lot of Asians and Africans, and to some extent South American. It does not really affect as much Caucasian people in Europe and the North, because they've had a longer history of eating or drinking and consuming cow's milk. Asians like me, we don't have a long history of drinking cow's milk. We tend to have no tolerance for it. It's because our stomach does not contain enough, or does not produce enough lactase to break down the milk sugar, which is lactose. So what I've done is, in the last couple of months, instead of trying to buy expensive lactose-free milk to keep up with my desire to have cow's milk, I have found online lactase enzyme. It looks like this. It's a little bottle. When you open up it, you just squeeze it, little drops come out. And this brand, for example, is from BioCare, which I found online from an online holistic pharmaceutical company. And it basically, you put about 5 drops into 1 pint or half a liter of milk, and you leave it for 10 hours, and it will slowly break down the milk sugar in that milk. And because I tend to buy only organic milk, and most of the lactose-free milk readily available commercially are not organic and not fresh, I didn't want to keep buying them. So I found this as a great solution to my little problem. But what about if you go out, you have a party, and you know there's going to be a lot of cake, there's going to be a lot of milk products, and you tend to get a lot more problems with it. Another option is to buy lactase tablets. I know when I was living in France, it was easily available, and even in Germany, you can just go to a pharmacy and tell them, I would like to buy lactase tablets. You pop 1 pill before you go out, 2 hours before, and it will start to get your stomach ready. It will start producing lactase, and then when you eat your yogurt, your cakes, your milkshake, you should not be able to feel the pain and the bloating that will occur when it's without that's with lactose product. Now, one other thing you can do also is, if you love your dairies, stick to harder cheeses. For example, like Edam or old cheddar, because they tend to contain less lactose. So remember, the harder, the older the cheese, the better it is for your tummy. Yogurt tend to contain also very little lactose because of all the bacteria they put in, like lactobacillus. That has also cut down the lactase, so it should not give you as much problem. If you want to know again whether you are lactose intolerant, start doing the elimination diet, like I've done it to my children. Because my children are half white and half brown, I've got 2 children who are completely no problem with lactose, so very white like the dad, and the other 2 are very much like me. They are lactose intolerant, and my son especially, when he was younger, they thought he was actually having milk allergy, which is quite rare. And again, I did the elimination diet, and I noticed that when I started introducing lactose-free milk, the problems that they had before went away. So maybe you can try doing it for yourself and see how it works. So all the links will be in the bottom of my video, and also check out my website. I'll be writing an article about where you can get this product, which I have been using. And it's not an ad, it's my own usage, and I highly recommend it. Okay? See you!